Yeah, well, this is a horrific attack on peaceful demonstrators who were walking in a march to commemorate and demand the release of hostages. These are people being tortured by Hamas in Gaza. And in the course of that act of human rights, they were brutally attacked, sprayed with flammable substances, a number of them injured. Some I understand there's even one whose injuries are critical. And this follows on the heels of murders in Washington, D.C., of a young couple that was about to be engaged to be married by someone screaming "Free Palestine" in that case. In this case, screaming the Zionists. And again, these are murderous acts by rampaging anti-Semites who are drinking a toxic ideology fed to them either on campuses or through the media or through various social media platforms. And words have consequences. Now, I'm not suggesting the answer is censorship, but we have to understand that hateful words that demonize Jews prompt people to take violent action and commit murder. And we've seen this over and over and over again. And it happened today, and it happened a few days ago. And if we don't stop this, it's going to happen again. And this is an absolute outrage that we have people who are being poisoned by vicious ideology. I'll tell you one thing as well. The media, just recently, the mainstream media, not Fox, by the way, but the mainstream media has published, the other mainstream media has published absolute blood libels against the state of Israel, rank lies, Hamas talking points, claiming that Israel is perpetrating genocide, which is flatly false, claiming that Israel is murdering Palestinians that are trying to get food, flatly false. And so the media also is directly to blame for helping poison the minds of people who then take violent action against peaceful protesters. It's an outrage, and all of us as Americans need to come together and say enough is enough. My organization, IAC, the Israeli American Council, is taking to the streets. We're going to be protesting this, and we're going to be demanding that this come to an end. Some officials have been terrific, have been very, very strong. I think all of us need to condemn this. All of us need to say enough is enough. And not just condemn murder or attempted murder in this case, but to actually condemn the rhetoric, the anti-Semitic rhetoric on campus, in the media, on social media platforms that poison the minds of, in some cases, Americans. In this case, this was an illegal immigrant into this country, but poison the minds of people to despise, to hate Jews, and then to ultimately take action against Jews. That's where this has to stop. All of us, not only public officials, all of us need to come together and say we will not accept Jew-hating rhetoric that is being spewed like sewage across the campuses of America, in classrooms, high schools, middle schools, even in elementary schools. We're getting reports in classes of demonic Jew-hating rhetoric that's being fed to children. This is anti-Semitic, of course, anti-American, anti-Western rhetoric. We all need to come together and say enough is enough. There's no place for this in our country, and we have to root this out. It's very, very clear that we've, for many years, had an open border, and that open border has allowed not only drug traffickers and human traffickers to come into the country, but terrorists to come into the country. We know that. We have intelligence that there are various people of Middle Eastern origins that are radicalized that came into this country through a border that had been opened for far too many years. But that's not the only problem. Let's be clear. The murder of Yaron and Sarah of blessed memory in Washington, D.C. was not here illegally. He was an American who drank of this vile, poisonous ideology, again, being fed to Americans in schools, on campuses, by the mainstream media and on social media platforms. And we have to say enough is enough. You know, we are speaking on the anniversary, literally today, of a murderous rampage in Baghdad, Iraq in 1941, where Jews were slaughtered in the streets. Today, when these people were attacked, it was the anniversary of that very same date. This is not new, and we've seen it over and over again from ancient times through the Middle Ages to today. Jew-baiting, Jew-hating rhetoric produces physical casualties, produces dead Jews, and ultimately ruins societies, because societies that imbibe the vile poison of anti-Semitism end up rotting to its core, to their cores. God forbid should we allow America to lose its values, because that's what's at stake here. What's at stake here is American values. God forbid should we allow our country to lose its values. Now is the time to stand up for American values, and one of the core American values is philo-Semitism, appreciation of the Jewish people and of the Judeo-Christian values on which our country was built. Now is the time for us to get back to philo-Semitism and root out this poisonous ideology that threatens all of us.